Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I have decided to make this video because there's a lot going on in the American Girl community and there's a lot to catch up on. And if you are wondering why I didn't make any reaction video to the Girl of the Year for 2026 collection wise and her being released and everything, or the new Wicked dolls, or anything that you know I would be interested in, why haven't I made videos looking at their collections? I was out of town when Raquel dropped and I completely forgot about it. You want to know why? Because I'm not a fan of the Girl of the Years dropping in fall. They should be released on January 1st. But if you've been here for a while, you know that I've always been that way and I'm just not a fan of it. So I have 5 dolls we're going to cover today and hopefully we can get through this as quickly as possible. I have been very out of the loop, as you all know, as like regarding dolls and stuff. So I'm going to answer the questions of like what I think of them, will I get them, you know, all the things I know that a lot of people want to know, especially pertaining to the Wicked dolls. I also wanted to say that I am using a new program to edit this with. I did get a new phone, and if you don't know, I do everything on my phone. It's just easier that way with my visual impairment. So if the audio is better or worse, I don't know, let me know. We're gonna try. I don't know if you're actually gonna see this because I don't know if it's even gonna upload correctly. So we'll get through it together. Starting with Girl of the Year 2026, Raquel Reyes. Like I said, was out of town when she was released. I had seen leaks of her a very long time ago, and then I kind of forgot about her, and then I forgot that they release in the fall now. They did this with Leela and Summer, who I both have, and I did buy immediately on release day. However, I mentioned that I bought a new phone, and you guys know, phones don't come cheap. So, being an adult and having to put things first, I unfortunately could not buy Raquel on release day, but I love everything about her. Every outfit, even the collection pieces. You know, I'm only like an outfit person, so I'm not really like an accessory or furniture person. I love everything about her. She gives me very much like Kira and Isabel, and what I mean by that is the fact that those are dolls that I just absolutely love their entire collections, and I just loved everything about them. So that's just what she makes me think of. She's very, very beautiful. I'm so interested to see how her wig is in person. I have not watched a single unboxing or review of her because I like to be surprised. So unfortunately, considering I had my phone for 5 years, I really needed a new one. And especially in a place where I, you know, make content and film, I just had to do that. So unfortunately, the needing the phone came at the wrong time for me, as you can see, because we have 4 more dolls to talk about. So will I get Raquel? Yes, I absolutely will. And you guys know, I will never buy a doll that I don't like, and I will also never put myself in a compromising financial situation to where I buy something that I cannot afford or go into debt per se, you know, buying things for my hobbies. So unfortunately right now I have to wait, and that's okay, because a lot of people, you know, they're like, they need to have the next big thing, you know, they care about the view count. I don't. I just, you know, get on here and talk about dolls, and it's just such a fun little environment. So I will be getting her. I absolutely love her. She's beautiful, and I might actually just prolong this and actually get her on, you know, when she's supposed to be released, New Year's Day, or maybe I'll order her like around Christmas. And my birthday is in January too, so I could do that. So there's a lot of ways I could get her, but I just cannot get her right now. And that's going to be a reoccurring theme, but I do want to talk about the rest of the dolls. But I really do love her. I think she is one of the greater Girl of the Years that American Girl has done in a while, and she's absolutely beautiful. And just the meat outfit is just so cute. Next, we're going to talk about the Wicked dolls, Glinda and Alphaba, for the upcoming Wicked Part 2, aka Wicked for Good movie that drops in November. If you know anything about me, you know that The Wizard of Oz was my favorite movie as a kid. I literally was Dorothy 3 years in a row for Halloween. Every time I grew out of a pair of ruby slippers, I would have to have a new pair, okay? So I literally had Wizard of Oz poster in my room. I had like the Barbie dolls, everything. So Wicked was my jam in 2024. What year was that? Yeah, 2024. Last year. I'm a Glinda girly through and through, but I relate more to Alphaba. So I was very, very excited when AG finally released Wicked dolls, because they did do the Wicked costumes, but now you have like an actual doll that literally, I mean, to a T, as you can see here, looks like Alphaba because she's green. And we have never had anything like this before in the American Girl community, and she is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I love the Glinda one, don't get me wrong, but I kind of really wish that it was the pink dress and not the like purple one from the second act, if you will. And if you did not know, I am legally blind. So if it's actually blue and not purple, I am so sorry. But you know what? That's just what I see it as. If it is actually purple, I'm just rambling on at this point. But they also released them with their pajamas, which you saw in the first picture that I was voicing over. I love Glinda's pajamas so much. What I don't love is the $80 price point. I don't know why. Like, okay, we all know why. We all know why everything's going up and stuff, but it makes it very hard. But I love Glinda's pajamas. I love the Alphaba doll in her witch costume. So they are basically $300, like over $300 a piece. So it would be almost, are you ready for this? Almost as much as my new iPhone to get these two. So I'm very sad to say that I might never actually get them. And for me, that is okay. I would much rather have the Alphaba one because she's super unique, but you cannot have one without the other. And to me, there's nothing really special about the Glinda doll. Now, this hurts me, okay? This really, really hurts because being someone who made my own custom Ariana Grande doll years ago, I've since sold her and everything because I wanted an Ariana AG, and now we finally have one. It really hurts me to say, but to me, Alphaba is just way more unique. And of course, she is unique because, as she says, she's green, which is fine. And there's really nothing unique or special about Glinda. And I think that's also an American Girl fault as well, because she is kind of their normal blonde-haired collector doll, because they do that all the time. Every time they do a collector doll, which you'll see in a moment, there is always one that has brown or black hair, usually black hair, and there's always one that has blonde hair. And they all kind of look the same. Now, she is a little bit different, obviously, but at the same time, like, I need something that's really going to differentiate the fact that that's Glinda and not just like a regular, like, looks like my Peaches and Cream doll that I bought. So yeah, you could argue face mold wise, but for me with my visual impairment, it's kind of difficult to tell like certain face molds apart. Now you can tell Alphaba has a new face mold, like you can, not a new one, but just like a different one than, the standard classic mold collector dolls. So with that being said, if I ever do get them, if they're still available, it will be a very long time from now. And I don't know if they will sell out as fast as they're expecting them to, probably, because with the amount of stuff they're releasing this quickly, they released five dolls within the span of a week. So I'm confused. I don't know what they're doing with their lives, but if they do come to the collection, they'll come to the collection. If not, I will not be heartbroken about it, which sounds so weird coming from me. I have every Glinda Barbie doll that was released last year, and they're still in the packaging. They're like the initial first drop Glinda Barbie dolls. So they're the ones that had the recall on the packaging. If you know, you know. If you don't, just actually don't Google it. Never mind. Anyway, so it hurts me to say, but I think my Socorro, my Kavi Sharma, and Kimmy, my 125, are perfectly fine cosplaying Alphaba and Glinda until the real ones arrive, if that opportunity does strike. Last but not least, we have these little cuties in front of us that just dropped, I believe, today. I think it might only be for Berry members. I didn't even do my research on these. It's not that I don't care about these. They're very beautiful, but they're the same standard edition holiday collector's dolls we get every year. So I want to get this out of the way. Like I said earlier, face molds are very hard for me to differentiate. So when they typically do collector dolls like this, it's usually the blonde one is the classic mold. The one with the darker hair and darker complexion is usually Josefina. We have a zillion more molds than that. Okay? I feel like people would want to buy these more if they had different face molds and different wigs. Now, the one on the left definitely has a different wig. She is by far the cutest, because if we go over to the right and we look at her, to me personally, so if you're looking at this through someone who has, visual problems, let's be real here, that looks like my 125, who I said earlier is cosplaying as Glinda right now. So to me, all of those look the same. Now, I do believe Glinda has the Marie Grace face mold. I think so. If not, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the one it is. So that's different. But it's very, very, like, it's the same doll being released with maybe slight different makeup, definitely a new outfit and stuff. But if you remember the pink dress holiday dolls from last year, they're still on the website. And are they on sale? I don't know. If they are, somebody go buy those, because if you are panicked that okay, if you're somebody who really, really likes to collect all the collector dolls and you're like, okay, I need both these holiday dolls, I promise you, like wholeheartedly, these will be here next year. I hate to say it because they're absolutely gorgeous, but they're definitely going to be here next year. Will I be getting these? No. I have 2 collector dolls in my collection. One is the very first collector doll, Belle, that I kind of regret purchasing because now there's like a cheaper version, but she's beautiful and I love her. And the other is my most recent unboxing on this channel, and that is my Peaches and Cream. I love her, but she looks very similar to Miss Blondie here. And this is coming from someone, I have blonde hair and blue eyes myself. I know, I sound like a broken record, but I'm a fan of the blonde-haired, blue-eyed dolls. We get a lot of hate, but it's fine, it's okay. But these are nothing special. I hate to say it. They're gorgeous, especially the one that is definitely more unique versus the one that is basically the same doll, just repackaged and slightly modified. Or is it really a slight modification? I don't know. But yeah, they're not coming to the Kyla collection ever. To basically summarize this, I really, really want the Wicked dolls and Raquel. I can really only see Raquel coming to my collection. I like the holiday dolls, but I'm not a holiday doll purchaser, consumer, if you will. I just really, if you think about this, okay, so 4 out of these dolls are the 285. So 85, or is it 95? I don't know, ridiculous. So those, if you want all 4 of those plus Raquel, and if you're somebody who exclusively collects the collector dolls or Girl of the Year, if you're just somebody who collects Girl of the Year, you're golden. If you're somebody who is a Wicked fan, you're in a little bit of trouble. If you're somebody who is a person that collects every collector doll American Girl releases, you're in a lot of trouble. Now, I know everybody has their own different financial situation, and I always talk about the different ways, I collect. And like I said earlier, I will never put myself in a financial situation where I'm like, oh my God, do I want to buy this doll or do I want to eat? Like, absolutely not. No, I'm getting the food. Sorry, doll. You're going to have to wait. But that's kind of the thing about being an adult collector. You have to put your really boring adult expenses, super rusty with this recording thing. You have to put all that first, which is fine. And I can live vicariously through people who have the Wicked dolls. I have no problem doing that. And like I said, the holiday ones will probably still be here next year. Sorry to say, because they're really gorgeous, but they don't ever do anything different with those. And Raquel, she'll obviously be here for a while. And like I said, she's the one I definitely will 100% be getting. And making this video, it's kind of actually killing me because I should just order her right now. However, there's also a new Taylor Swift album dropping soon, and with that comes merch. And so I kind of gotta, there's just so much going on right now. There's, so much going on. So one big thing I want to stress here is, I know this sounds really negative, and we all know that my channel is not a place for negativity, but doing a lot of research in the doll community, even I still lurk, okay? I promise you, I'm lurking. I'm not watching videos, but I am on Instagram seeing stories and comments and everything and interacting with people over there. Everybody is like, American Girl, like what is up with you? Like, what are you on? Like, why are you releasing 5 dolls within the span of 7 days when there is 12 months in a year, 365 days in a year, and you release 5 dolls, 4 of which are collector's dolls, and one of which has her own literal world, aka collection? Like, who decided that? Now I know the whole marketing thing for the Girl of the Year was, okay, we're gonna move her release to like a few months before Christmas. So, okay, fine. That makes sense. Holiday dolls, okay, fine. Christmas, yeah. Wicked dolls, unfortunately, the movie happens to be dropping in November. So I think, personally, if I would have done this, I would have said Wicked dolls, September, holiday dolls, November, Girl of the Year, January. Like, that is just how it should have been. Not all in the same month, let alone the same week. And for some people, the same pay period. So I really do believe that for certain, Raquel and the holiday dolls will be around for a while. So don't let people freak you out and be like, oh, these limited edition holiday dolls. Guys, the pink dresses, they're still there. I promise you, they're still going to be there. Raquel is definitely going to be there, so you don't have to freak out about buying her. The Wicked dolls, I would be a little bit more cautious about. However, I don't know, because all of this stuff dropped in the same week. Other people have different priorities. Other people might want the holiday dolls first, or Raquel first, or they don't want anything to do with the Wicked dolls. So the Wicked thing is it's a very niche drop, and I wish they would have done it last year instead, but that's all right. Like I said, Raquel definitely coming to the collection, 100%. Probably in January, if maybe a little sooner. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask for her for Christmas. Yeah, because when I was a kid, I would usually only ask for like one doll. There were those 2 Christmases where I got 2, but it's been a while since the last doll my parents bought me for Christmas was Primrose. She was a custom. So yeah, that might be a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll unwrap her for Christmas. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope this new software actually works. Hopefully it uploads fine and everything's cool. If not, I'm sorry, and I just filmed this all for nothing. So let me know all your thoughts on this stuff. If you want me to do a separate video covering Raquel's entire collection and stuff like that, just my reaction to it, I can. Otherwise, look forward to the Raquel unboxing in the future. If you have not already, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join the fam, and tap that really cool notification bell so you know the exact moment I post crazy videos like this one. Have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.